Welcoming you back to crypto's juiciest news, baby dolls, as we head into the weekend. Bitcoin's around the 104,000 American dollars. The monthly candle is green, but we might have to do a tiny bit of a reset, which we are continuing right now. This is Bitcoin on the 8-hour chart. We went down here and we liquidated the one and only, the best trader, the most magical, James Mother Truckin' Wynn. James Wynn getting liquidated out here with his $100 million leverage position. Actually, he put in like $15 million, put like a 40x leverage long. He had like literally 500 million actually now for him to think about it. Just the numbers are ridiculous. Oh man, what a story, friends. He put in 15 million, runs it up to 85, comes all the way back down, gets out at 13 million profit, says, I leave the casino with money. I bow down. 12 hours later says, truck it. I've got to get back in the game. I've got the itch to gamble. Comes back in, immediately drops another 5 million, getting short, then drops another 5 million, getting long, then gets liquidated for 95% of his position. Now, friends, just to give you a nice juicy update, what's actually cracking, he's backing along, right? I actually have his positions here. He's long PEPE and he's long BTC. Okay, so he's, but there's a bit of, don't like get too excited though, because I'm going to show you his PEPE position and it ain't, I'll just show you. James Wynn's position runs here. See this white line? That's his liquidation, and the red candle is the price. Like it's it's really close. He's man, you can't trade like that, bro. You're not. How did you make your money, dude? Obviously, it's just a fluke shot, friends. It is what it is. He said he was from early 4chan. He believed in PEPE. Remember, so he kept buying PEPE in 2021, and he just kept getting rugged because they just wouldn't run. And then in 2023, PEPE came out. Remember, friends, there were multiple PEPEs, even in 2023. There was one guy we watched on chain. He put $2,500 into the first, so the February PEPE, and then that rugged. Why that rug? Just to show you, friends, how like schizo and how many scammers and non-believers there are. It rugged because it came out here, the ICO, and then USDC depegged. And pretty much the ruggers were like, you know what? USDC depegged. It's a bear market. It's stupid. Let's just run out of crypto. This is a scam. And they took everybody's money. But then what ended up happening was crypto recovers. And then they launched what became the real PEPE. You know, the poorly 0x PEPE. I think actually he's gone to jail now, that poorly guy. So, yeah, the real one ends up running. And James Wynn, man, this is wild, friends. He bought 1% of its supply at 600K market cap. So 600K market cap, he put in 7 grand. You gotta think about that. Like it's rugged 15 times, man. You know, and then he held it. He made up to like $25 million plus. But now, I mean, like he just lost 15. So I don't know how that reconciles. And yeah, friends, if you're curious as well, when you're trading like that, you need a repeatable edge. Okay, so he's gambling. He's changing his decision every 2 seconds. This is no way. This is like very, very amateur, man. I refuse to believe this guy. I don't think he trades. No way. He probably just, you know, he did altcoin punting. But when you're trading, let's say you have a, whatever, $100,000 account. Doesn't matter what it is, 100,000 or 10,000 or 1,000. You should be risking 1%. Yeah, so you should not be drawing down anywhere near that much. Because firstly, you don't even know what high conviction is. Obviously, there's gonna be a month maybe you crack it. You might have a month where you get like, you know, eventually you can get like, you know, a 20 or 30% return just on your month. And you can keep compounding, you know, or even more. Some people like can crush it, right? The thing is though, you don't know what high conviction is. You don't know how it lines up when like, you know, you have your 3-day charts downwards bias, your daily charts downwards bias, the 4 hours downwards bias, and then you're looking for cracker shorts. Like, you know what I mean? You don't even have that feel yet. So yeah, it's very unfortunate. But I hope you learned the lesson as well, friends. You stick to what you're good at, man. Even Warren Buffett talks about it, friends. It's called the Circle of Competence, right? So if you like playing your Game Boy, don't go just start whacking on the Nintendo 64 thinking you're an amazing Super Smash Brothers player. You're not. You stick to the Game Boy, stick to Tetris, okay? That's what we do, friends. So if you're in crypto, don't pivot to stocks, bro. You're going to get crushed. If you're in stocks, if you're losing there, come to crypto. If you're winning in stocks, don't come out. Okay, because it just always turns out bad for everyone. Well, most people out here. So I'm telling you now, when you make a lot of money, don't think you're like now some sort of genius. Remember, don't confuse brains for a bull market here. Don't think, oh, you're a genius. They do not think that. Oh, I'm a genius. I'm gonna go touch everything else. Let me go trade oil. Let me go open an interactive brokers, interactive brokers account. Let me go trade the BUXL, right? I'm thinking about that little hoe bag, that little BUXL, friends. I just want to, if you just allow me to, I'm gonna see if we have it on TradingView. The German BUXL. Yeah, we got that little hoe. Look at her. There she is, the BUXL, the G30s, friend. This is it, mate. This is actually no data. I think it's delayed. Let's see if I put the daily chart. Yeah, here it is, friends. I found it. Euro BUXL. A lot of them don't work. It's on CMC markets. Yeah, there she is. Go the BUXL. Yeah, I know you don't know what you're looking at. So, friends, when I was trading bonds, it's funny. It's thankfully because of this, I found crypto because bond volatility went to literally near zero because rates were at 0% ever since pretty much 2008. So rates never moved. And all everybody could trade were the 10 years. So every country's 10-year bonds were moving. You have Italy, Germany, America's obviously the treasuries, the 10-year notes were moving. It's actually 7.5 year, the cash, but you just call it 10 anyway. Screw it. Okay. Every country, friends, you had the gilts, which is over there in England. You're in England. Do you know about your gilts? Do you know about that little hoe bag? Do you know about your sterling, your little short end stuff? So I know all these friends back of my hand. That's just what I was doing, trading spreads. And so sometimes we like venture out to like longer term stuff because like everybody like you had nothing to trade in the short end. You trade to long end. But then the volatility got down and down and down and down and down. All the money went away. And I didn't know how to I did not know how to trade stocks. I didn't even know what crypto was. And then eventually led me, after all the money was gone away, it became like panic mode for a year, and then eventually led me to Bitcoin because I heard people that were leaving. It heard some stories about some people who could not trade what I was doing at all were making like big money in Bitcoin. It was 2017 at the end, and they were actually just trading it short term, and that's what pretty much I was like, oh my gosh, you mean the failing traders who couldn't make it in our others? They're now trading this thing. We got to get in, right? And that's pretty much the rest is history. So please remember that, friends. When you move on, don't try to move things. Don't try to move your edge, okay? Your edge is long-term. It's spot. There is no leverage, okay? And you're here to play the whole cycle. You're not going to be some sort of genius that's going to end up shorting everything correctly. And we're still waiting for it to play out. Here is the ETH-BTC ratio. It's still very, very, very low. I expect, right, this on the retracement, Ethereum to be just super strong on the way up. But like, it's kind of funny, man. Like you're gonna see everyone say, "Why is Ethereum so strong? Why is Ethereum so strong?" Like, bro, are we really gonna ask this question? Do you guys? Because if you get off these daily charts, man, you have no idea, bro. Ethereum, ETH-BTC, after 4 freaking years, this piece of garbage is still down 70% against Bitcoin. After 4 years, if you go since 2017, this piece of garbage is down 84% in literally 8 years, bro. It has permission to just go up only for a bit. And it's kind of funny if like people like look at, oh, why is Ethereum strong? Ethereum's up 3% and Bitcoin's only up 1% or it's down 1%. Like we've got a long way to go, man. The business cycle though has ticked up, which is nice. I think on Tuesday, friends, the PMI comes out. It's probably going to see a reading of 52, and then we begin the next phase, right? This is Ethereum in this big triangle wedge. Hopefully, we are crack on through. Remember, 3,800 is the key price. And we're all in a state of endless cope mode, waiting for that Bitcoin dominance to finally be done. When's it going to be done? I don't know. All I know is I ain't standing in front of that train on the first wave, on the first big wave either. Just, be super careful about that one. And I know a lot of people are thinking they're going to be safe. You're not. There's big risk when it comes to all the Bitcoin Treasury bubble. Okay. This is OTHERS-btc, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red. Why is it going down? Well, it could be, friends, because remember in OTHERS-btc, maybe just some big coins like, Solana and Solana-related coins are getting weaker. Actually, look at this. See, Sol ETH is going down as well. So we've got to think about what happens, right? If Sol goes down with these outside top 10 coins, remember, there's a lot of liquidity linked to Sol, like, Dog with Hat and other coins out here. So when they drop, the OTHERS-btc drops as well, even though Ethereum is relatively strong. But Ethereum's not strong as in it's moving up heaps. It just basically has just stopped dumping for the meanwhile. Now, as I've cracked on in the news, friends, James Wynn has been liquidated. He's got his final 5% of capital right now. Let's actually play some PUBG music for James Wynn. His name was James Wynn. Friends, I gotta crack a comment to show you as well on James Wynn. So this random video appeared on my Twitter, okay? And this lady named Tasteful Lindy, okay, she uploaded this video. Okay, so it's actually the life of an investment banking girl. Look at this, just all day, 7:15. She gets home, arrives. $7:45, starts working again at home. 9:30, shower. 9:50, still working. 10:30 tea. Answering work emails, 10:30 at night. 11, turn on comments, keep working. I think she just keeps working as well till like, 12:30 a.m. So remember, this is a life investment banker. So before I even knew trading existed, yeah, this is what I wanted to do, because it was like, you get like the massive bonuses, right? And you probably, maybe even if the salary was 100 grand, you get like a 200 grand bonus or something ridiculous. The thing though is, with these jobs, they're going to be replaced by AI. Yeah. We need to see what investment bankers do. Most people, they're just making PowerPoint presentations for mergers and acquisition deals. Because, one company wants to buy someone else, we want to merge or we want to acquire. And then basically that's what they have to do. Because, Goldman Slugs and Bank of Vance, they have their own boutique investment divisions, investment banking. So they help two companies merge. So they try to value the company and they take a fee, basically slippage. But all your jobs and all your presentation stuff, dude, like AI is going to literally crush you in 2 seconds when it comes to that. Now, this is the funniest part, friend. So she makes a reply to her own video. That feeling when you start questioning your whole life path. Was I actually going up or down? And then, friends, if we go down, Funky Kazoo, show the video of her cashing 250 grand bonus check at 26 years old. Tasteful Lindy replies with a James Wynn message. She's not even a crypto girl. James Wynn. Maybe she is a crypto girl. Or she's not following anyone. I know. Let's actually see. Is she following anyone we know? No, I don't even know. Money doesn't make you rich. So James Wynn. He replied that when someone showed his first, when he went 87 million down to 13 and then he lost another 5 million, that was his reply. When it was like down 75 out of the 95 million. He says, money doesn't make you rich. So I found the freaking gold, man. I was like, what the hell is a James Wynn? Friends, James Wynn's a real punter. He's an actual punter. We listen to his voice from Manchester. He's like, you're going for it, you're hitting it. You know you're hot, you know you're on a streak. That's how punters talk. Because that's the dopamine. They're like feeling the dopamine. Like, it's hot, But that's why maybe we can think about probabilities and stuff. And how you don't have an edge. You never feel like that, friends. Like, you never... When I'm trading, like when you're on a streak, you don't feel, oh, this is so amazing, I feel so good. It's like Lionel Messi, like, when he scores, like any good soccer players, right? Yeah, after they score 1 goal and then 2 goals, they're not like, oh, I'm so euphoric. They're just like, next. That's what you're always thinking about. So it is funny. Shout out to Gorilla Blanco, who replies as well. This dude lost 95 million this week. I'm not taking financial advice from him. I'm dying here, bro. His name was James Wynn. Masterful crypto trader. So I wanted to share that with you, friends. AI is just going to eat jobs like this out here as well. It's kind of funny, man. I've been telling you, man, the stuff that you think retail is going to care about, they don't. Okay, you won't get it right, man. It's the spark that inspires them to come in and start punting and then reprice the confident business cycle. That is what we're waiting for. But it's very hard to get. It'll be mad if we can get the next BitConnect. Man, it'll be so good. Maybe some of you are on them now. There might be the Bitcoin Treasuries. Yeah, the Bitcoin Treasury Ponzi stuff out here. But good luck getting anybody in them to sell. They're not selling anything, man. They think they found the golden goose. They're about to get wrecked. Now, friends, I've been reporting to you about crypto security as frequently as I can. Use a hardware wallet. And for the love of God, do not put your seed phrase on your phone. I don't want to see any of you. I've seen what some of you have done. You get your shitty little notepad and you write your seed phrase on your phone, or you put it even worse as well on your cloud, like your Apple cloud or whatever it is. Dude, absolutely do not do that, okay? I'm just going to show you this stuff out here. So I didn't know who this dude was. I've heard his name a lot. Glenn Greenwald. So just to let you know, friends, so why I'm showing you this is, okay, he got caught with a male prostitute. Okay, so there's a video of him with a male prostitute, a Brazilian one, if you're curious. Okay, they caught a video about. They have, friends, I think it came from Israel. There's this software called Pegasus, Pegasus. Mossad either made it, or they use it a lot. Israel, I'm sure American Coconut Intelligence, everyone uses it, okay? So Joe Rogan reported on this years ago. They can send you a message to your phone, and even if you don't open the message, you don't install anything, they can send the message to your phone, and now they can have full access to your phone. They can send messages, they can check your old messages, they can download anything, they can turn your camera on and off without the screen showing. They can do anything, okay? Total control. They can turn your camera on, they can stream, literally full control. What I'll do is I'll just show you what actually happened before we even get to that. So Glenn Greenwald, look what he went on Tucker Carlson, friends. Just listen to this.
One of the set of files we released described the intelligence relationship that we have with Israel, that the NSA has with Israel. Israel is the #1 recipient of NSA technology and NSA intelligence. We share more with Israel, even more than we do with the Five Eyes partners who develop this technology. We give more to Israel, more intelligence, raw intelligence about Americans as well, and more intelligence know-how. But at the same time, the documents that describe who are our greatest intelligence threats, who are our greatest intelligence adversaries, who spies on us the most, who is capable of spying out the most, #1 on the list is Israel as well.
So I think, okay, after saying that, literally immediately, so that's on Tucker Carlson, okay, look what happens next. Glenn Greenwald's response on a video which was reposted from his account showing him with a Brazilian male prostitute, calling the leak maliciously political. So he makes a letter, and he's gay. That's the thing. He's gay. He's got a gay husband, obviously. Otherwise, that would be weird. So it's not like anything new. That's why all the replies are like, "Oh, got the G. Didn't know gay dude was doing gay things." But this is. I'll just let you watch this video on Pegasus, just so you're aware, friends, of like. You know, like, I know a lot of you thinking as well. You know, I'm thinking like, oh, you know, is anyone really going to come after your, you know, your 500 grand or your $1 million? But it's not the point, man. It's not the point. Like, the thing is, though, okay, I'm trying to plant the seed for you now because you're not going to get hacked now. Okay, you don't have to worry now. You don't have to worry in like 7 years from now because you've been getting away with being sloppy for a long time, and then when you're not looking, it's done. Okay, that's when you have to worry.
With just a single text, it can bypass your phone's security and install spyware that grants complete access to your device.
It can access every message you've ever sent. It can access every message you've ever received. It can access every photo, every video, every email. It can turn on your microphone. It can turn on the microphone even when you're not using a phone call. Just record what you're doing in the room. It can turn on your camera. It can record what's on your screen. It can access your GPS. It can monitor your location.
And it can do all of this without you ever knowing. The spyware technology that makes this possible is called Pegasus.
Just funny, by the way, like, it looks like peg anus, and the word that's pretty much what it does.
Pegasus is probably the most advanced piece of spyware ever developed. It is effectively the most invasive form of surveillance imaginable. Any idea that you had that aspects of your life could be kept private and on the mobile phone?
So there you go, friends. Like, friend, I will frequently yell into my phone and I say, "Hey, Coconut Intelligence Agency dude, really sorry if you had to listen to what I just did in the bathroom. Just to let you know, I'm feeling another one brewing in about 30 minutes. So, you know what I mean? So I'm just telling you, friends, like, yeah, it's not about now, man. You got to think about the future. That's what I'm telling you with your security when it comes to these. Don't go clicking around shit, okay? Stay on the price because it's not, and it's also not you, man. It's your friends and family. Yeah, because friends, remember I told you about my friend Dilly? Remember Dilly, friends? Dilly had, I forgot how much hex Dilly had. He had, I forgot, maybe like, let's say it was like 1 million or something, okay? Or 400,000, whatever it is. Maybe it was 1 million hex. Dilly, without knowing, okay, he had all his hex staked, 95%. 5% of his hex, he swapped from another coin into hex, and then it disappeared from his wallet. And then I ended up checking, and what ended up happening was he had granted like 8 other websites approval to basically transact with his hex. He gave him approval without knowing over the years. So do you understand how dangerous it was? Imagine he never said that to me. What would have happened was, let's say hex does hit $1 in a year from now. Let's say hex does hit $1. He would have ended his stake, okay, around that time. And then when the stake of hex landed in his wallet, this contract approval, this scam would have sent the hex directly to another wallet immediately. Do you see how dangerous that is? Imagine you waited 5 years. You think you've got a $400,000 or $1 million payout, but as soon as you unstake that hex and it lands in the wallet, it's gone. Very, very dangerous, okay? That's why you should, friends, you should go to those token approval websites, like Unwrecked, but you have to please make sure you get the right ones as well. Removing token approvals and things out here. That's why it's very, very, very delicate and important. So also friendly reminder as well, do not keep your crypto seed phrase on your phone or the cloud, okay? If not your keys, not your coins. That's it. Over and over and over again. Not your keys, not your coins. Remember my friend Mr. Azazel as well. His Amazon server gets compromised. He had his keys lurking around there. Man, it's just, yes, I know it should keep you up at night because this is it, friends. You want freedom and liberty. This is the game. This is part of the reason why crypto can pump so much. Also want to show you this, friends. Elon Musk has a black eye. What happened? Green candle, red candle, one of his kids. Very interesting, okay? It's just, I don't know, it's always weird when you just see one of these famous people with the black eye. It makes you wonder what happened. I don't know if you guys remember some of the Scientology documentaries. They had like, people who had like, one guy who like escaped, it was like a third highest up. Yeah, and he said basically, I think David Miscavige or something, or one of the higher ups. Obviously, you never know, they're telling the truth, but they basically said, yeah, they just literally just bring one of the defectors or someone who's not doing their job right into the room, and they would just literally bash the shit out of them in the room. They can't do anything or say anything. So we always wonder though with these people out here. And on, you know, Elon Musk and Doge and everything, just to let you know, friends, Elon Musk's Doge, it's a load of bullshit. Elon Musk did not audit the Department of Defense or the Department of Energy. Okay? That's where all the black ops, black budget, deep state UFO tech stuff is. That's where all the real spending is. He audited like, oh, there's a couple of people rorting the system. It's nothing, dude. They were not allowed to go to the real areas at all. So it's either they put a gun to his head and they go turn around, or he actually knows about it. Okay. Check this out. I learned Elon Musk, friends. You know Elon Musk. Okay. Let me tell you something about him. Okay. He bought the rights of the actual Tesla founder, Martin Eberhard. He bought the rights of him to be able to be called the Tesla founder, Elon Musk himself. Did you know that? So look at this. Eberhard filed a defamation lawsuit against Musk because Musk just started calling himself whenever there was a news media article mention of him in 2008 when Tesla was new. Yes, the Eberhard pretty much, he said Eberhard was the founder. And then the news articles, Elon Musk would call up the newspapers and say, no, I'm the founder. Put me as the founder with that name as well. So he bankrolled them with $7.5 million at the start. And then Elon, friends, he started demanding that his name was mentioned there. Some people say, oh, is it ego or is it marketing? You decide on that. So, but it is true though. He did go all in on Tesla. He did. He used all of his money, like all $100 or $200 million on it. So it did go down to the wire. However, all right, here's Elon. It does make you think, friends. Could the government, the US government and the Coconut Intelligence Agency, are they involved directly with his success? And I want to give you some backstory to something, okay? So this is 100% confirmed and no knowledge, okay? You know Google. We all know Google McDougal. Google, do you know who contributed to their ICO funding? It was the US government. It was the Coconut Intelligence Agency. They have tech investment wings where they buy almost all the smart people, all the big ICOs. It's like BlackRock. They get into everything early because they were interested at the start at Google's ability to track, monitor, and control information. Because Google at the start, right? Oh, we're building a search engine. We collect everyone's data. We have a web page of what everyone does. And so, you basically, because it didn't know how popular it would be at the start, right? So that just makes you wonder, right? A lot of it is they basically choose the winner. Yeah, they choose the winner, the best who goes. And we know with Tesla, right? Tesla right now and Twitter, it's collecting AI on all of us. Digital ID, payment information. It's collecting the early CBDC stuff, which is all happening, okay? So Google, the Coconut Intelligence Agency, the hidden connection, it ain't hidden, okay? We all know it's 100% true and fact as well. So I've even mentioned it, right? Bullish on Pulse Chain, bullish on pDAI, product market fit. So yes, this is all adding to AI, stablecoin SuperCycle, CBDCs coming in. If pDAI becomes unstable to stable, because it's an unstable coin right now, huge product market fit. Okay, over 300x upside if it gets to the target. Okay, everything else is all the alternatives like ENA, Ethena, XRP, Ethereum. If you make a DAO, if you want to play the proxies of a stablecoin up here, what's your upside? A couple of X's, maybe Monero as well. Maybe Monero gave you 10 or something. But yeah, I don't want 10. You know what I mean? Like if you want 10, you may as well be in Pulse Chain. The way I see it. But yeah, obviously don't go all in anything. It can go to 0 for the third time and stay there. It's gone to 0 twice. I want to show you some other, actually more news, friends. So the corrupt SEC says proof of stake offerings are not securities. We already knew that. It's not going to pump the markets or anything out here. Thailand, shout out to all my Thai baby dolls. Not to be confused with Shirtland. Thailand urges all crypto exchanges to leave their country. So originally we thought Thailand's going schizo against crypto. It's not. It's because Bybit, OKX, they're all used for money laundering. So pretty much I think what's been happening is that this is what North Korea and all the North Korean scum hackers, what they'll do is they'll purchase, someone in Thailand, they'll purchase like a person's ID there. They'll get your passport for like, they just buy your ID. You sign up to the exchange, you're just like a poor Thailand farmer. What do they give you? Like, literally like $300. You just hand over your passport ID and they'll just use your login and then they'll do the money laundering and stuff through that. That's probably just one way. And there are probably other people doing it as well with these countries. So, but he must have been extremely aggressive for the freaking Thailand, the Thailand equivalent of the SEC. It's called the Thailand SEC for them to go, I'll stop it all. Like it must be big. It must be like they must have just chosen that country to launder through. Some Trump news, friends. Trump says the bad news is that China, perhaps not surprisingly to some, has totally violated its agreement with the US. So much for being Mr. Nice Guy. So we have more China, Trump talk, which, we're getting we got that fatigue of it, bro. You know what I mean? It's just not doing anything for us anymore. Like this is the S&P 500 candle. We've lost out the skits, bro. We understand you're talking up and down in negotiations. That was everybody said it's over. Here we are right here. I was watching Crypto Banter as well. They brought on a gentle sir. This guy's like a perma bear. He thinks that S&P 500, everything's rolling over. It's all over. I mean, it could be, bro. It's just, but if it's going to roll over, the super trend on the daily is still green. You know what I mean? Like if you want S&P to like be confirmed rollover, maybe wait for it to flip red and then maybe you make a case for it. Okay, maybe make a case. But just to show you, it can fake you out. Look on the daily chart. That's why it's very, very tough, right? Look, S&P 500. Look, it did come down here and reverses up. Just look when it flips red. It has had these moments where it flips red. But look at this. It fakes you out here on the daily. And look at this. It fakes you out. You see that? And here was one where it finally worked. That's why you might go, okay, what about the weekly? Can we get a weekly of the super chain? Look at that, man. Yeah. The red weekly super trend, it is here. And, you could make a case, man. So if you're betting on, I guess, if you really want to bet that, don't do this trade, by the way. Okay. Like you're betting, okay, things are going to get worse for America and we're going to like finish off the year bad. Well, you almost have like a free punt here. Not free, but like, you could get up here. You're risking 2.5%. Okay. That's your stop. And I guess you'd be playing for How much would you make down here if it came back down here? 18%. So you're risking 1 to make like 8. That's like one idea thing you could do, but like it's not worth it because yes, it's the S&P 500, right? You could probably but it is a trade you could do, right? Because you're not trying to predict the future, you're just trying to put a good punt on. So you're like, oh, I have a defined area, okay? My area is that I'm wrong up here. Thing is though, you can't repeat these often, right? So it's just giving you ideas, just showing you how the game works, okay? Because a lot of people who are new to crypto, new to trading, they think, say, because someone like me can make money, like, oh, you must be able to predict the future. No, dude. No. It's about finding good trades. It's like, oh, this is a good area for me to be buying. This is a good area for me to be shorting. You know, you don't know what your reward's going to be. You don't know if it doesn't work or not. Everyone's pretty much 50-50 around on their guesses anyway. And it's just about setting yourself up. Just like when you play, say, tennis. Like, you don't know, like, when you hit the ball, it's not like, oh, every ball I have to hit is the one that goes out. You know, or when you're playing football, not every time I kick the ball has to be the one where I shoot for a goal. It's just your strategy is to play your best game. Stripe, friends, you know Stripe, they are one of the payment systems, right? America's one big payment systems. They're used in Uber. Stripe is in early talks with banks to use stablecoins for global payments. Check that out, man. StableCoin SuperCycle confirmed again. So this is the thing, friends. I'm looking at Pulse Chain. It's a special chain, man. It's a special chain. It's a special community. It's a special chain. Prices are dog shit. Okay, yes, they are. It's got pDAI on there. It's got PEPE-BTC. pDAI, man, stablecoin SuperCycle. You know, maybe PEPE-BTC is Microstrategy SuperCycle. Maybe it's going to be linked to it. You know what I mean? pDAI, let's check how much it is if it was to go to the dream. If you're a 10 cent first targeter, 38x. How much would it be to $1? Man, that's used 350x. So it's confirming the thesis, you know? It's kind of funny, friends. Whenever I watch other Pulse Chain KOLs. I get it, man. A lot of you are just total noobs. Total freaking noobs. I know you don't get it. You literally don't get it at all. Like, because they don't see the thesis and the story. They don't see the confirmations. Stablecoin SuperCycle. They don't see any of the puzzle pieces moving. All they see is, I know what you see from the perspective. They see, because you're like a robot, right, with your brain. You literally just bot yourself. You say, oh, Sommi, talk pDAI, shill coin, I switch off. That's what's going on through their heads, okay? But that's why you're a pleb. You're not going to make it. That's why I don't listen to 99% of you. I hear what you say, but I can't listen to you because your thesis is literally just Richard Hart's going to rotate OA sack bags, let you sell on him in a bull market, and then you walk away calling everyone else stupid. That's literally what I know all you're intending to do that, okay? So you think the guy who made this whole game himself, who's here, you think he's going to go from playing chess, now he's going to play checkers so you can exit. So completely, I give you 1% chance of that happening if you're lucky. So I'm not going to back down from content that I make for myself because this cycle thesis keeps confirming. If I wanted viewers, okay, I would go cover all the other rubbish all these other people are covering, okay? Not just leverage trading, but also other people that they stick to the stock stand, the bread and butter things out here. I don't care about that, bro. Like, they're trying to yield farm the crowd, friends, okay? Just beware of anybody who cares about their viewers and subs on YouTube. Literally just beware of them because they're not optimizing to win, okay? Because your winning is... like, you want highest portfolio reward, right? So do I. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, okay? That's why I guess I have popularity and people resonate with that, yeah? But winning to these KOLs is different, okay? Winning to them is, how do I maximize my views today? Oh, I need to hit a certain number. I need 1,000 views or 5,000 views. Like, they dream at the thought of having, oh, I wish I had, like, you know, an extra 10,000 subscribers. If I had Sommi subscribers, if I had Sommi, that's what they keep thinking about. They're optimizing for the wrong thing. So because their brain, like every step of the way, they're going to be saying stuff that just going to get them subscribers. That's how they get lured into that trap. Whereas me, couldn't give a crap, friends. I was bleeding subscribers here, bro. Bleeding 500. I did not care. Every time you literal cucks, clicked unfollow and unsubscribe, I got a semi-chub and a full chub. Literally was going to poke me in the chin and I kept buying more, okay? So it's not that I'm just happy for myself. I feel sorry for you, okay? You're like so close. You're like that guy who... I have a friend, okay? I know a guy. Not really my friend. I know a guy, yeah. He got in the SHIB early. He put in $2,000. It went literally 10x in like literally a couple of hours and he got out. $2,000 became 20 grand. He got out, gambled it into something else, lost it all. He checked what he would have had if he just held it for those 3 months, 10.8 million. Okay, wouldn't need to be working, okay? So you're him, bro. You came across the SHIB. You came across that opportunity. Like the early Bitcoin, the early Ethereum, you just walked away from it. Okay, literally, and you have gifted you are, bro. You have literally someone willing to fight the crown. Okay, you watch these other co-hosts. I know you're watching them with me. I watch them, bro. They're all pussies. They don't actually believe in their thesis. They go, I do have a probability where maybe we go up and maybe we go down, bro. Just tell us, are you turbo long anything? No, you're not. Okay, you believe in nothing. Move. Are you turbo long anything? Next KOL. They go, yeah, I'm turbo long stablecoins. Okay, you're a little bitch. Move on out here. Okay, I'm looking out here. Show me what you're turbo long on. All right? That's what we're trying to figure out. And then you got to be careful as well because, you have James Wynn saying, moon pig. 48 hours later, has to dump 600 grand of it in one click just to fund his leverage long liquidation, which got liquidated anyway. Scum China. So friends, I have a lot of Chinese friends. I love Chinese people. Obviously government. I've got a bone to pick with your government because you ruined my 2021 bull market. You ruined all of the cryptocurrency bull market. And guess what? I'm allowed to be human because I know we were destined for a curse anyway. Okay? So you, President Pooh, send this to President Pooh. Okay? You got to get off the Kleenex. You have to get off the 4-ply toilet paper, President Winnie the Pooh, and you've got to pump our bags somehow. You figure it out. Find a way. I want our bags to pump. Scum China government state-backed think tank says Bitcoin deserves continued attention as a reserve asset amid concerns over the US dollar dominance. And I've written, nobody cares because of how they ruined the 2021 bull market with their Bitcoin ban. So, yes, President Winnie the Pooh, we don't care that Arthur Hayes love yous. It's not enough to reverse the world's opinion on you. We deserve a big pump, okay? And I hope the pendulum swings. I hope they make it up to us with some sort of big pump and they just like basically unban it again. Because I know they're going to ban it later on, but yeah, just do it, Because I'm sure, friends, that they're keeping up at night. America's literally overtaken them. Yeah. Like, friends, do you trust a Chinese bank, bro? Think about that. Would you trust $1 million in a Chinese bank? Would you want to go own Chinese property? No. Would you want to own a Chinese stock? Hell no. Nothing. Nobody in the world wants to. No one. They've only got one choice. They've got to get into crypto. Because you don't know where you're getting all your stuff from. And everything's international and digital and global. I'm sure President Winnie the Pooh knows this. Trump media has officially closed a $2.44 billion private placement to establish a Bitcoin Treasury. So the Bitcoin stocks the Microstrategy Bitcoin Treasury. It's the new Grayscale GBTC bubble. Okay, so if you remember in 2020, nobody could buy Bitcoin. No one knew how to buy them. It wasn't popular enough. And Grayscale had like that ETF, pseudo ETF, where you buy Grayscale and you're entitled to the BTC in the share that you couldn't withdraw. And it's traded at a premium because you could not withdraw it. It went up to like 20%. So when Bitcoin was 15 grand, people were paying up to like 20 grand for it at the time. And then that peaked out very early of 2021. Then they went to discount, and then we have the GBTC scandal, as we all know. Okay, so that's what's actually happening right now. So there is a premium on all the stocks. So MicroStrategy is trading at like a 100% premium to that. So basically, everybody, like all the insiders, I guarantee people are dumping their MicroStrategy right now. But I'm going to show you their chart. The insiders will be distributing on everyone over time. Let's have a look at the weekly chart. So the real chart you want to look at, friends, is MSTR, obviously. And then you just want to look at the MSTR to BTC ratio, just to give you an idea of what it looks like. Here it is right now. Maybe you just want to put it on a super trend to give you an idea. It's a weekly. Yeah, and it is red on the weekly, isn't it? So yeah, like if you were scalping, you could be just selling the hell out of it. And then your stop is up here if you want to play for a macro move and for this to come down. By the way, to sell that, you would have been, don't do this. I'm just telling you, to sell this, you would have been selling MicroStrategy and hedging by buying Bitcoin. Okay, that's what you would have done. So for every like, every $100,000 of MicroStrategy shares sold, you'd be long, delta neutral long on BTC, and you're basically playing for this to go down. One of the ways that goes down is Microstrategy goes down, BTC goes up, or one of them outperforms. But you never know, friends. We could always have another blow off top out here. Just these things trading at a premium. And one thing we remember from 2021, the premium of GBTC, it did not wait until the whole bull market was done to go to discount. It started in like January of 2021. Like the bull market just started, what we consider the old season, and the thing was freaking the premium's going down discount straight away. So that might repeat again, okay? And you have like Meta, Planet, all these other company stocks. They're trading at like huge premiums out here, right? So basically, the company's worth more than the Bitcoin on the balance sheet. That's obviously, we're in the bubble part of that. Not going to last forever. FTX, though, friends, has begun its round of payout to creditors. So well done, I guess. Congratulations, everybody, at least. FTX, you get back most of your money. Yeah, it's US dollars. There's one trader I watched on one of these trader interviews. I think his name is Kane. I think he's a funded prop trader. I think he made like $1 million or something out here. I forgot what he trades. I think NASDAQ. Right, he just trades the NASDAQ on the open. I remember all these things, right? I love watching these interviews and stuff with these people gunning at it. Because another thing, no one trades like me, and I never ever want to tell anyone. that's another thing I want to do, man. I learned that. No. You can't. Don't want to hint. Don't want to tell. Nothing. Okay, that's another thing. I like to check it out. But yeah, that Kane guy, he had 700 grand in FTX. And then he hit like rock bottom in his life, left for 5 months. Now he trades like, stocks, and he's still haunted by that. So I'm glad he might get back his 700 grand, or maybe gets back the BTC price. Better than nothing, right? And like, just I want to leave you something out here, friends. StableCoin SuperCycle, bro. Just when I thought, okay, it's like, friends, every day I'm here, every day, check the news. There's just StableCoin SuperCycle thesis keeps confirming, okay? I'm not going to go cover some other dog shit Solana prostitute cabal trench coin that nobody cares about in literally 48 hours from now, when my literal freaking StableCoin SuperCycle thesis is still confirming. I'm going to show it to you right now. Look at this. Stablecoins are now the third largest buyer of US short-term securities. That is freaking huge. Pulse Chain pDAI, the product market fit is here. So I'm going to type into YouTube StableCoin SuperCycle. Yes, here we go. Friends, bro, I'm just telling his friends out here, this StableCoin SuperCycle, okay, your friend Sommi, here we go. Crypto SuperCycles as well. Stablecoins out here. StableCoin SuperCycle, your friend Sommi, because I've been making so much content on this, man. StableCoin SuperCycle. I've been talking about it for a long freaking time. Justin Richard Hart confirmed StableCoin SuperCycle. And even last year, man. So there you go. Now, does it necessarily mean pDAI goes up? No, nothing means necessarily anything. It's just, hey, man, I want to stay and see what happens in the cycle. And for you hater scum, you declared pDAI dead here. And then it ran up, okay, 12x. So the rate of you calling something successful is already pretty dog shit. So I like the fact no one believes in it still. Good. We'll see how the cycle plays out. Like, subscribe, belly button, all. Catch you soon.